Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, hi, my name is Monica and I post videos on money, travel, and lifestyle. And if you're interested in topics like those, you already know what to do. Be sure to subscribe down below to this channel. Join this community of people who are learning all about the stimulus checks because there is so much going on in the world of stimulus. Also, like this video. Give this video a huge thumbs up. It really helps my channel out so much. It helps it be shared with more people. And lastly, turn on your post notifications so you never miss any of my stimulus check updates or any of my uploads. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. So today we are really going to dissect this HEROES Act and how it could possibly help you and me. Now, I already posted a video on the likelihood of this act passing, and I'll actually include it in the cards above. But first, let's just bring up stimulus checks, okay? Some might say we're being ungrateful, but $1,200 is simply not enough. Now, the stimulus amounts, I think, should be based on your city. $1,200 can go super far in some parts of the Midwest, maybe in the South, but $1,200 doesn't go very far in a state like New York or LA. In New York, it's not even enough to buy some $500 avocado toast. Like, our avocado toast is insanely expensive. Also, $1,200 was fine when we were talking about a 2-week quarantine, but now that we're talking about a 2-month quarantine, the government can't possibly think that $1,200 will be enough to help Americans during this unprecedented crisis. Also, the unemployment agencies are so backed up, specifically here in New York, it's hard to even get someone on the phone to get assistance when you need it. So not receiving your stimulus check yet, along with not being able to successfully receive your unemployment benefits, it leaves a lot of people in limbo. In fact, all the way back on April 22nd, the Money Morning Consult survey showed almost half of those surveyed had already spent their entire stimulus check or calculated that it would last less than 2 weeks. Nearly 3/4 said it wouldn't last 4 weeks, and 60% said it just wasn't enough. Personally, I feel that we need long-term support. We've seen other countries begin to open and the levels have spiked. We have to figure out what's the smartest, most efficient way, most healthy way for us to reopen our economy, because of course we do need more money. We do need to get the ball moving and get our economy back on track. But unfortunately, I don't know how many lives deserve to be lost in order to get that done. But in terms of the HEROES Act, Donald Trump did say that it was dead on arrival and that Nancy Pelosi already knew that before she unveiled this bill. Now, on the one hand, our president and Republicans have said that they believe restarting our economy is the better economic fix for the hardships brought by this virus than direct payments. They feel that the stimulus that we need is a reopening, and that will solve a lot of these problems because we are still sitting at 30+ million people unemployed. So let's jump into the act. I actually found a 1-page version of this bill. It is 1,815 pages long, as I'm sure a lot of you already know. So I was really glad to find that at appropriations.house.gov, they have a 1-page version of this bill, so you can really get like the main key points. So first, they want to honor our heroes. It provides nearly $1 trillion to state, local, territorial, and tribal governments who need funds to pay vital workers like first responders, healthcare workers, and teachers who keep us safe and are in danger of losing their jobs. Now, this was news to me, but the fact that teachers are in danger of losing their jobs in the midst of this pandemic is crazy. We need our teachers to be teaching our kids while they're at home, while they're unable to be physically at school. So I don't see how healthcare workers and first responders and teachers who are vital workers could possibly be in a situation where they could lose their jobs. I think it's important that we fund these programs, these parts of our government. Our healthcare workers, our first responders, our teachers, without them, what would we have? They are our first line of defense against this pandemic. Next, we do have the HEROES Fund for Essential Workers, which establishes a $200 billion HEROES Fund to ensure that essential workers who have risked their lives working during the pandemic receive hazard pay. Now, this is one part of the bill that I think is great. The pandemic premium pay for frontline workers would provide an extra $13 per hour for eligible frontline workers that is retroactive all the way back to January 27, 2020. And it would go until 60 days after the last day of the public health emergency. So that means an eligible frontline worker who receives maybe $15 an hour could receive an extra $13 an hour at $28 an hour. Now it is capped at $10,000 total, which is 769 hours of pay. This would cover you for 5 months worth of pay, but if you make over $200,000, the maximum that you would be able to get would be $5,000. Next is testing, tracing, and treatment. Pelosi's favorite word is testing, 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 and tracing, tracing, tracing. It provides another $75 billion for testing, contact tracing, and isolation measures. It ensures every American can access free treatment and supports hospitals and providers. This is important. We need this in whatever stimulus package that is passed next. It should include testing, tracing, and treatment, because this is what's going to help us combat this virus. Of course, we see more direct payments, which cushions the economic blow of this crisis with a second round of more substantial economic impact payments of $1,200 per family member and up to $6,000 per household. Now, we've seen a lot of videos about this, and I want to clarify what the $6,000 per household means. It pretty much means if there's a mother, a father, and 3 children, you would collectively receive $6,000 as a one-time payment for your household. It also protects payrolls. It enhances the new employee retention tax credit that encourages employers to keep employees on payroll, allowing 60 million Americans to remain connected to their paychecks and benefits. Now, I know we've all heard the unemployment numbers. We've heard unemployment numbers out the wazoo, 14.7%, millions and millions of people who are unemployed, but there are still 60 million Americans who are employed, who are still receiving their paychecks, and they need assistance too. Maybe their hours have been cut back. Maybe they're not able to take as many hours because they actually have to take care of their kids at home. And those people should still feel supported and helped during this pandemic. There's also worker safety. So this sounds like it's on the lines of us reopening. It's talking about workplace safety. It's talking about infection control, things of that nature. So this kind of sounds like the Democrats they're playing a little negotiation ball with the Republicans about reopening. They also included the Senate's favorite topic, you know it, I know it, supporting small businesses. They put into this act that we want to support small businesses and nonprofits. It strengthens the payroll protection program to ensure that it reaches underserved communities. I'm sure we all heard about Shake Shack with Chris, who are able to take money from this. But this is saying we want to ensure that underserved communities get a piece of the pie. Nonprofits of all sizes and types responds flexibly to small businesses by providing $10 billion for emergency grants through the Economic Injury Disaster Loan Program. So they are saying, let's beef up the PPP, beef up the EDL, make sure that these small businesses and nonprofits feel supported. Now, I'm sure this is definitely something that the Senate can get on board with. They also talk about preserving health coverage. Now, with so many people unemployed, it doesn't bring up the fact that people don't have health care anymore. A lot of the times people receive health care through their employer. So if you don't have an employer, now you don't have health care. So if you do not have coverage because you lost it due to your employer provided health insurance going away since you lost your job, they are beefing this up. They are saying we're offering help and we are offering assistance. It also extends unemployment benefits. It extends weekly $600 federal unemployment payments until January. So you get that extra $600 a week until the end of July, but they're saying unemployment benefits are going to go until the end of January of next year. There's also housing assistance, which is great. It helps struggling families afford a safe place to live with $175 billion in new support to assist renters and homeowners make monthly rent, mortgage, and utility payments. So if you're a renter, they're actually putting $100 billion aside. They're offering these grants to help people pay for their rent in the midst of this pandemic. There's also food security. People are hungry, they need food. If they have SNAP, you already know that they're low income. So a lot of the times, in terms of all of the numbers, the most low-income people have been hit the hardest. People who make under 40K are the largest percentage of people who have lost their jobs. So not only do they lose their jobs, but now they have kids at home that they're taking care of, and they have limited resources in terms of food and whatever the case is. So they're saying, let's bump up the SNAP benefit. Let's give them a little bit more money to assist them during this time. And last, it safeguards our democracy. This is their words, not mine. So they're saying, let's help out the Postal Service. The Postal Service is bombarded in the midst of this pandemic. Everybody's at home, so everybody is shipping things to and fro, little and small. The Postal Service has never seen a demand like this before, so they do need support. I think a lot of people forget about our Postal Service. I'm constantly ordering things from Amazon. It's very problematic. I'm probably a huge portion of why Jeff Bezos is very rich, because all I do is order things online. I ordered this money online. Why? It's because I'm home and it's because it's quarantine, but hey, it helped the video. So that is the end of the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You already know what to do. Make sure you are turning on those notifications so you know whenever I post a new video. I really hope that you all are staying safe, washing your hands. We will get through this together, guys. Be sure to subscribe if you're not already a part of this community. Like this video, and until next time, I will catch you all in my next video. Bye, guys.